Then we ambush them and finish them. If we get them, we don't spare them.
Apotala anajerakang. Apotu India nga tomona ngari. Apotu kide unoi. Ulu chada da bu atomatar.
These guns we are destroying, their source is Sudan. And we must work out a system where these arms are not moving either side.
The military have gone on killing anybody. You know, it's not selective.
Ipi boreni nyaro no la toma wanin Karimojong atom nyinara ye mulgudu tiye iyong mere jetwan.
At the heart of Africa, Uganda is also at the crossroads of one of the most troubled regions of the continent, with its neighbours Kenya to the east, Sudan to the north, and the Democratic Republic of Congo to the west. While the rest of the country has been torn apart by decades of civil war, the capital city is now bursting with economic life. People from all over the country have moved in, turning Kampala into a metropolis of more than 3 million. Uganda is, however, one of the poorest countries in the world. Some regions have remained especially isolated from economic development. The most remote and secluded is undoubtedly Karamoja. The rest of the country either ignores it or stigmatizes it as backward. Ever since colonial times, the state has been absent, and the many tribes living there have had little contact with the exterior world. The few Karamojongs who have made their way to the Makerere University in Kampala are, however, still followed by the prejudice of other Ugandans. Pasca Nangiro Lote, one of the first higher educated individuals among the Tepet tribe, left Karamoja 4 years ago.
Then it came down to the tribe where I come from. Then when I said I come from Karamoja, all the students said, what? They were asking, they were like, these are not Karamojongs. Karamojongs have tails because they believe they have tails. So they could not believe I'm a Karamojong. They were like, are you a Karamojong? I said yes. So some of them, they were like, they fear the harsh climate. They fear raiders. They fear the shootings on the road. So they fear. They said also they fear that they will put them, that they remove, when you're going to Karamoja, you remove your clothes and go naked. So they said, they were asking me questions, do they reach that there's where a place you reach, you remove the clothes, then you put hang on the tree, then you enter now to Karamoja naked.
Delaying means decay. You are delaying us.
Most of the people of Karamoja have never travelled to Kampala. For young Abura, who had to undergo an operation at the hospital some weeks before, the discovery of the capital city of Uganda is a culture shock. At the commercial centre, she is exposed to the plentiful spectacle of modern life and mass consumption. Abura is a cousin of Pasca, who is hosting her in the family house near Kampala. Just as she usually does in her village, she performs here too some everyday housework to help out.
Abra, ini mau ngoni ba yonga. Be, akanya mau ngoni kebala itu bala yonga. Ongen naru yang aranyo ini. Ni abtana bod maganti. Ani. Ani ra ibu ni ongen naru yang. Ini.
We are leaving Kampala now and follow Abura as she is ready to return to her village, accompanied by Pasca. On our journey to Karamoja, Abura discovers the city of Mbale. Halfway to Karamoja, Mbale is a large city to where some Karimojong are migrating. Abura is surprised to find Karamojongs living and begging in the streets of that city. She and Pasca start a conversation with a group of street girls. The discussion soon turns to the reasons why these people came here, far from their homes. A woman from a place called Arir highlights the problems of insecurity in Karamoja. We move on and enter Karamoja. Since peace negotiations started in the north of the country, the UPDF, the Ugandan army, shifted its efforts towards Karamoja, and the military presence in the region stepped up significantly. There are regular patrols on the major roads in Karamoja to reduce the number of road ambushes, which have long been rampant in the region. For outsiders travelling in Karamoja, a military escort is required. Locholi, Abura's village, is located near the city of Matani. Abura's arrival is anxiously awaited, especially among the children. She introduces us to some of her young relatives. Villagers show us children suffering from malnutrition. This child is 9, but he looks like 6. We and Pasca offer to bring the children to the hospital at Matani, just outside their village. Over there, the World Food Programme is offering therapeutic feeding for malnourished children. The children are immediately registered and go through a first quick medical check. Families are often prevented from bringing their children to the hospital for this program because of the costs of medical treatments.
After the doctor will assess if they are having severe malnutrition, we shall send them to the nutrition unit. Then from there again, they will reassess again from there. either to put on supplementary feeding or therapeutic feeding. That's the procedure we are doing from here.
And is it something that is proposed for free to the families, or do they have to pay anything?
No, there's no need to pay if they are malnourished. If they have another underlying sickness, like maybe malaria, they're having diarrhea, that one, another treatment will be given. Then that's the time you have to pay something for the treatment.
Pasca left her cousin with her family and moves on to the village of her relatives near the city of Moroto.
Hey, Paula! I will do. It's my namesake.
After a warm welcome from her family, Pasca receives the blessings of the elders. Pasca's return is celebrated with traditionally brewed sorghum beer. Among the communities of Karamoja, sharing is of great importance. Occasions for celebration are always turned into moments of bonding and exchange.
This is my elder mom in the whole village.
Even though Pasca is a modern young woman, she still feels strongly connected to her Tepet identity, and she intends to work for the benefit of her tribe in the future. The women now perform a traditional dance for Pasca's return. Culture in Karamoja is built around pastoralism, a traditional way of life. Daniel Kandagor, a pastoralist activist, explains to us the meaning of this term.
They are the ones who keep on moving, even for many days, looking for grass. But transhumance is generally for the pastoralists who actually move seasonally. Probably to the higher, when there's rain, they move down to the valley. When the rains are lower, they go uphill looking for pasture.
There are two different types of settlement in the Karimojong way of life. The Manyata is a permanent or long-term settlement where some of the community live all year round and where they practice subsistence agriculture. During the dry season, men accompanied by young boys and weaker members of the family move into another type of settlement called the kraal. It is a mobile camp constructed around the cattle. The pastoralists set up their kraal where they find the best grazing areas and water points. The traditional religion is still very present in the everyday practices of the kraal. Specific rituals are expected to bring rain and prosperity,